Hello and welcome to another Sunday Junk Journal Snacks episodes. I am very excited for this one. I was recently looking for a paper bag to put something into as opposed to making a journal out of it like I've been doing lately. And I came across this one. This is a collage I've made, I don't know when, probably last year in autumn by the looks of it. And since I'm probably going to be giving this to someone at some point, I decided I needed a collage like this in my own journal to keep for myself because I really love this collage. And so I want to do something very similar. I do have this same image again. It is a part of a napkin. I am super lucky with my napkin finds here in Vienna. I usually don't go napkin hunting. They kind of just find me on stands on the streets, by paper stores, bookstores, things like that. I always come across the most adorable napkins. So I have this one left over from the same napkin. I will definitely be using that. Obviously, I won't have any of the same other papers, but I want to have like a similar vibe to mine. This, of course, is an Edith Holden image, a book page. I'm not going to use one of those. There's some washi tape in here, which I hope to use. There's some stamping, which I will do. And there's a bit of gesso brushing here. So let's see what we can come up with to get a similar vibe into our journal. We are back in Nadia's beautiful journal. And I have already picked out a page that we can work on. Actually very close to the other fall page, so that's okay. So I want to work in this one. I just need to find something to prop up my book, otherwise it's not gonna be easy. So I just decided I'm going to make this into a double spread. I don't even know if I've done a double spread in here before because this image is so large. I think I would like to balance it out with something else over here. I have this beautiful vintage book of forest birds. If you want to look for something like this, maybe, I don't know if they have it on eBay or something. I got it at my Goodwill. I will just show you the information in case that's something you want to look up. It is a German book. Here's, I think, everything that you would need. Maybe take a screenshot. It's from 1991, so I cannot scan these as freebies for you. So as the title says, this has forest birds. Most of the images are fairly large, but they're absolutely stunning. I'm so in love with these. And I've already chosen one that I think will work really nice with the colors we have, which is this little guy. So I'm just going to tear around him. Next, I'm going to trace around the part of the image that I want with a water brush. You can, of course, use a regular paintbrush dipped in water as well. This is the perfect way to tear exactly where you want the napkin to tear. You just go around where you want it to tear. The reason why I prefer this method to just cutting around it with my scissors is because when you have a fussy edge like we have here now, it will blend much better into the background without seeing a harsh line. You will see that once it's glued on. So I think this is great, but we're not going to add it yet. I need some papers underneath first. So I'm going to go through my scrap box and find a few, like this one I love, for example, that I can put underneath here as a base. So I chose these papers, which should be more than enough. So I have some vintage German book page, this one as well. Then these two are from two different magazines. This one is French, this one I don't even know what language. I have some handwritten notes here, vintage. Handwriting, I think, is super cool to have in collages. And of course, we have some music paper. So I will just go ahead and tear these up and just kind of arrange them as a base around my collage. Trying very hard not to overthink things. I will actually take these two off and just cover the whole surface with paper to start off with. Actually, in order not to overthink things, I'm gonna stick them down right away so I won't keep rearranging them. Because we know how that could go, right? We could spend hours just rearranging paper scraps. Does that sound familiar? Let me know if you can relate. I don't even need the pieces to be stuck down all the way to the corners. I kind of like it if it's a little bit loose. Okay, everything is covered now, so let's put our images back here. Oh, that looks great. So the mushroom, the napkin, I'm going to apply with my glue stick. This is like one of the few times that I really appreciate having a glue stick. I'm usually not the biggest fan of glue sticks, but for napkins, it's perfect. I don't like having to adhere it with anything liquid like Mod Podge because I just always get so many wrinkles and it gets so messy and I tear it. So this is a much better option. Might as well use glue stick on this one if I have it in my hand. The next thing I want to add is some washi tape because I've realized that although I love washi so much and I have a beautiful collection, I just don't use them hardly at all. And so I chose some of these neutrals and autumn themed ones. You see here we have mushrooms and this one. Well, it's maybe not autumn themed, but I think it works so well here. So I wanted to stay in a similar color palette, of course. I don't want to all of a sudden add like a bright blue or, oh, bright blue might be nice, or purple or red or something. I want this to be a neutral themed collage. But of course, if your thing is color, then by all means, go for it. So I'm just going to maybe first add this one because this will add another image. So cute. I got this one locally, so I don't know where you can find it. So I kind of want to balance this with these two images. So I'm of course thinking about my triangle. I think I'll actually just put some here. And we have these tiny ones. This one came from one of the Your Creative Studio boxes and it's absolutely adorable. So that is a subscription box. If you are not familiar with it, they are shipped from Canada. I have a link in my description box for you. Up here. I kind of always like adding these on the edges of the papers. This is one I love. This one I got from a German store. Sadly, no longer exists. It was called 100% Mosel in Germany. They don't exist anymore. It's just devastating. Let's change the direction. Go vertical. I'll add another piece of this. I just love this one. I wish I could give you a link for it. I think actually I'm also sometimes hesitant to use my washis in videos because so many of you obviously want to know where I get certain washis from, and a lot of times I can't help you. I can't link them for you because either the links don't exist anymore, the shops don't exist anymore. Some of these, like this one, came in a set and they are super thin. This one came from AliExpress, but again, the links don't work anymore. Actually, it's been a really long time since I've ordered anything from AliExpress. Don't really like supporting them anymore since in the meantime, we all know how many designs they steal from other creators and I just cannot support that. So I don't want to order from them anymore, and I'd rather pay more but have people respect other people's work. So, and maybe one more. This is, I know this is a Tim Holtz one. I think they also come in a set. I know you can get Tim Holtz washis on Amazon. I believe you can also get them in Tuesday morning shops in the US for really good deals, actually. Okay, and I think that's it. And the next thing I want to do is to dry brush some gesso on here. I'll just take a book page. Then I'll put some gesso on here. It's probably best not to use your thickest gesso for this. If yours is very thick, then you can always water it down a little bit. And I'm gonna take my flat brush. What are these called? Stippling brush, something like that. And I'm just going to make sure I don't have too much on my brush. And the brush is dry, hence dry brushing. And I'm just going to brush over my page. Not everywhere. And if you see that in a place, maybe it's too thick, you just take a wet baby wipe and you wipe over it. But do be careful if you do that on the napkin, because the napkin might tear if it gets wet. And again, I'm doing this more around the edges of the paper. I think I need the round motion. There we go. I forgot how to do this. I haven't done this in so long. Once that gesso is dry, and that dries very quickly because it's a super thin layer, I'm going to add some stamps. These are the ones I chose. This one is again from Your Creative Studio, and these are from AliExpress from a long time ago. I will check one more time if I can link these. If the links still work, I will put them in the description box below. If you don't see the links there, that means the links no longer work. I'm not looking for perfect results here whatsoever. That is totally not the point. I just want to create some more interest, and I just want to have fun stamping. That's also something I feel like I should be doing more, or I could be doing more just because it's fun. Let's add some mushrooms. And we can put the squirrel maybe right here. Now I know you're going to be completely surprised when I say I want to add gold splatters. This time I'm not going to use Mr. Van Gogh. I'm going to use this beautiful bronze powder. This came from a chain called the Flying Tiger. Now I know some of you tried to find this in your cities without success, and I don't know if they still have it. I don't know which ones have it, but I found this at the Flying Tiger here in Vienna. You just have to be careful because now spraying this is gonna go everywhere. I should do this maybe. Oh, see? Ah, it's all over now. I probably shouldn't spray on it. I should spray next to it. Duh. It turns into a beautiful creamy gold. I'm going to focus my splatters on this diagonal instead of just splattering them everywhere. I think it's nice to have accents on some parts of your collage. And the last thing I want to do is add some sentiments. And I think black would go really well here. I have these. I have these limited. No, I have them linked in the description box for you. For example, this says Find Joy in the Ordinary. This is limited edition. I could use both as well, I guess. What do we have here? Make a Wish. Listen to Your Heart. We have Choose to Shine. We have Curiosity. Kind of like the curiosity for the bird. That kind of works for me. And do we add another one? I usually never add more than one. Curiosity and Listen to Your Heart. Oh, yes, I like that. I think they go really well here. Not overthinking it. Yeah, and here I go. Or thinking. I'm just gonna put it here. Just stop thinking. I'd say that's a wrap. That's a nice autumnal spread in my journal. So I've quickly dried it with my heat gun. We see all the beautiful gold. Love it, love it, love it. Works really well with the theme of my journal in these neutral colors and gold. So go find a napkin at home and some scraps and use your washi and your stamps and everything and just have fun making a super quick collage. Enjoy your me time. It's very important indeed. We can't be there for others if we can't feel like ourselves because we don't have any me time. So even if it's just 10 minutes, go play. See you back here next Sunday. Thanks so much for joining me again today. Love you guys. Mwah! Mwah!